Yo, ChubbierSnail here, and today I want to talk to you guys about how I feel we can fix the community. Now, quick disclaimer, this is not going to be a rant video on 343 and talking about what they need to add and take out of Halo 5 in order to make it awesome. If you want to see that kind of video, look up any other Halo 4 video on YouTube, and that's probably what you're bound to find. What I want to talk about here today is what us, as the community, can do to bring this game back to life and bring it back to the days of how Halo 3 was. So, before I disclose to you guys the solution to our problem, we've got to ask ourselves and solve the mystery: how did one of the best video game franchises of all time get to the position where it is now? The answer to this is Halo 3. You guys are probably wondering, well, how did Halo 3 ruin it? Halo 3 was awesome. Well, Halo 3 was too awesome. That's the exact answer right there. Halo 3 quite possibly could be the best video game of all time. It was unlike anything else out there. It was simply astounding, and the community was awesome. That being said, any other game in succession made after Halo 3 was bound to seem like a failure. When you have perfection, anything else is just going to fail in comparison. There's no way you can achieve perfection again. So that's exactly what Bungie did. They produced Halo Reach, which wasn't a bad game, but the community, since they were used to, the amazingness of Halo 3, of course, they were unhappy with it. And that led and started the negative spiral of complaining, and eventually led on to Halo 4 and where we are now. It's gotten to a point where pretty much every video these days is talking about how much they dislike Halo or what they need to put in and take out, and that's just not good for the community. Essentially, on YouTube, how the community is for Halo right now is there's pretty much three types of videos. The first type is what I just explained to you guys, the type of video where people rant about what they don't like about the game, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be taken out. People gotta stop doing that, seriously. It's not fun to watch people complain. No one likes being in a negative environment where all you do is talk bad stuff, which is exactly the reason why people left. And on top of that, everyone's gonna have their own opinions, so maybe, depending on your playing style, you might not like the jetpack, you'll be like, oh, I want that out of the game. Maybe someone else might be like, oh, well, I hate the hard light shield. Everyone has their own opinions, and you know what? There's no way to please everyone in the world in the community. It's just simply impossible. So I feel it's not helping the community when people make videos like that, like 343, oh, you gotta do this, because they can't tailor a game to everyone's need. It's just physically impossible. Second type of video is the Halo 5 videos, the ones where people talk about, all the buzz of Halo 5, which isn't a bad thing, but those have gotten to a point where people, when there's no news, they just make up news. They make up garbage to get attention and get views. People have realized that anything with the word Halo 5 in it is bound to get, like 1,000 views. So they make up videos to try and get attention. And that simply is not good, because it's giving people false expectations. And of course, if Halo 5 comes out and they don't meet the expectations which the news providers, provided, then it's just going to lead to further disappointment, and it's going to detriment the community. The last type of video is the basic sit-down commentary, which I find almost everyone does these days. If you're a Halo commentator, you do sit-down commentaries. And again, this isn't bad, but when there's so many out there and so many, so few topics to go over, videos just seem to get redundant. So, take us to where we are right now. Those three types of videos, there's just nothing interesting to watch in Halo anymore on YouTube. There really isn't. So what we need to do is instead of complaining, we gotta eliminate the negativity, and we need to go back to the days of how it was when Halo 3 was out. Back in Halo 3, if you go on YouTube, there's great things to watch. Like the funny machinimas, there's, red versus blue, which is another type of machinima. There's excellent montages, and all of this stuff was coming out on the daily. You could go on YouTube, hop on, you could see 5 new machinimas in a day, and they were all hilarious. After, Halo Reach came out, people started complaining, and all that kind of went away. Now, if you go on YouTube and try and find machinimas, you might find one new one every 3 weeks at best. If you try and find montages, maybe a good one every month if you're lucky. But, a video a month isn't good enough to satisfy the community. So, what I propose we do is we need to all come together and support each other, the few of us that are left. Help everyone out, and on top of that, we need to start new and diverse videos. The sit-down commentaries, the Halo 5 news, and the rants on Halo 4 simply aren't going to cut it anymore, because that kind of negativity is exactly what drove us into the hole in the first place. Start up machinimas, start up back up montages again. If we have all this good stuff coming around, along with some new ideas, I feel we can easily get back on top. Because Halo, whether you guys realize it or not, is not a bad game. Halo 5 is going to be a good game. It's going to be an excellent game at that, but if we're negative, the rest of the world won't see that. So we need to stay positive, we need to stick together, and we need to be strong as a community. That is my theory on how I think we will become on top. Share your guys' thoughts. Leave a comment on what you think. If it's a good idea, bad idea, any of the above. So thank you all for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe for some more. And remember, stay chubby.